Starting tomorrow, I'm no longer just a shipping clerk. I'm chairman of the board.
And it's all because of
Freaking.com.
Porcupines, if you guys are going to any kind of rally or whatever in a park in Manchester, there's word out that they're calling in reinforcements from neighboring jurisdictions.
The first hint of new trouble came in this call to the Free Staters hotline, Porcupine 411.
There's going to be more than just a normal police presence. Word has it that they're going to be making arrests.
That's the cranky Vermonter Wallace Nolan warning New Hampshire liberty activists what he expects to happen today, January 23rd. Marijuana legalizationists have vowed to gather in downtown Manchester to openly smoke pot, protesting a recent arrest. Manch cops arrested Queen City resident Mike Tyner the week before during a similar protest. As of 5:15 Eastern Time on the 23rd, there were 411 calls pouring in regarding tensions and a heavy police presence at a second related protest. This protest is at the jail, and there are reportedly almost a dozen police vehicles deployed, including a paddy wagon. While I'm waiting for the latest news from the front, however, I'd like to give you some more background and updates on the Tyner situation. He was the man arrested last week and still held in Valley Street Jail after a marijuana protest. You've heard by now that activists feel they were messed with when they tried to attend Tyner's hearing. They said they felt the court officials were lying to them about Tyner's location, and that they held his hearing in de facto secrecy. For once I have easy access to the other side of the story, a written statement from Judge William Lyons. It says, quote, "On January 19, 2010, the court took an overflow arraignment from courtroom 201 in an effort to try and prevent the session going into the afternoon. The individual before the court was identified only as John Doe. The defendant elected to enter no plea, and pursuant at District Court Rule 2.4, the court entered a plea of not guilty on his behalf. The defendant was offered the opportunity to apply for counsel and elected not to apply, as he believed it not to be necessary. The court sets bail at $5,000 cash. Should this individual elect to answer the booking questions so that his identity be confirmed, then the entire rationale for the prosecutor's request for cash bail would collapse. Therefore, if this individual elects to do so, the court would reduce the bail to personal recognizance." Unquote.
Some people are knocking. Knock, knock, knocking.
Meanwhile, the inmates seem to know which side they're on, if this elated window banging is any indication. This is newly released video from the January 19th protest outside Big Mike's jail.
Hi, how are you? How's it going? Yeah, how you doing? His name's John Doe.
Okay. You guys work here?
Are those running shoes?
Yeah, they're diesel.
How we doing?
I'm good, how are you doing?
Fantastic. Obviously Manchester PD's here, so you guys are aware of that. Unfortunately, you're not allowed to be on the property of the county. You can maintain...
Well, how will we visit our friend in jail?
But you're not authorized to be on the property unless you are coming in to visits, and this isn't how our visits are conducted. So Manchester PD has been notified. Obviously, that's why they're here. So you've been advised, and that's where we stand.
Oh, okay. They don't want us here. Bye. Stop.
There are also more eyewitness accounts coming from activists on the scene of Mike's arrest around January 16th. One account details what happens after this camera locked up. Quote, 3 officers stood Mike straight up, searched him one more time. I don't recall if he had been searched initially. and then placed him down again. They kept threatening him with abuse if he did not get up. They told him to get up and walk like a man, and other similar comments. The police then formed a circle around him, trying to prevent us from recording what was going on. Everyone then waited until the police van returned from dropping Brian off. At this point, 3 officers picked Mike up and dragged him about 20 feet across the sidewalk and tossed him head first into the back of the police van. It was one of the most disgusting displays of humanity I have ever seen. The activists that were left to view this display heckled and berated the participants." Unquote. Tyner is scheduled for trial April 4th and may be held until then because he's refusing to provide his name. Officially, his charge is assaulting an officer because he brushed past a Manchester cop during the mid-January 420 event. You can write Mike from your computer by visiting mail-2-jail.com.